Hey everybody, Coach Gio coming at you. We are doing chest and back day today. I want to talk to you before we get into it about what I do for pre-workout. I actually don't believe in pre-workouts. I actually do intra workouts. So I'll grab whatever's available to me. I try to keep the ingredients simple. I've steered away from like a Gatorade, some because of red dye number 6 and all this business associated with cancer. So I've gone to Powerade. This is Powerade Zero. It's very low in calories. I think it's, what is this? If I look at it, yeah, it's 0 calories, obviously. But what I do with this is I put either Himalayan salt or Celtic salt just for the minerals. Because again, when I'm going through my workout, the last thing I want to do is run out of gas. So if you remember it, just a little teaspoon of Himalayan salt or sea salt, which I've mentioned in other videos. But today, let's talk about optimizing your bench press technique. This is Techno Gym is the type of equipment. There are other products out there that are similar to it. For me, this simulates a decline bench, but I want to show you what I do to optimize to get that teardrop effect, which guys tend to miss out on because I always get the complaint, hey man, what can I do about lower end? So what I do is I grab a 35-pound weight, put it against the back, and then put a pad in front of it so that it arches me forward. On top of that, I'll sit toward the end of the bench so that I get this natural arc. And then the most pivotal portion of this is the way I grip the handle. Instead of this maneuver, I'll actually supinate and grab an underhand. Why? If you think about it, when you go to push, you're now naturally squeezing the lower pec into position, which really brings out that feature when you go to press. And it's just a way to bring blood to that area. Again, we're looking for intensity. The weight should be moderate to high. You can work down the hill, which is what I prefer. Get a warm-up set in and then go after it. So this is set number 1. I've already done my warm-up set, and this is now my working set. Again, inverted grip.
So the first part, got that story that we just talked about? You told that guy twice. No way.
Now, rep range should be anywhere between 12 and 15 per set. I'm looking at about 4 to 5 working sets. And of course, again, think about intensity. Think about this with purpose. It's the lower chest I'm after, and that's what I'm thinking about when I go to press through. Think about doing 3/4 reps. Don't just press all the way out and try to engage your triceps. I want you to focus on lower chest. Get after it.
He goes, I don't want to get your hopes. I said, look good. I said, I was Chief Deputy here.
Hey everybody, Coach Gio coming at you. We are doing chest and back day today. I want to talk to you before we get into it about what I do for pre-workout. I actually don't believe in pre-workouts. I actually do intra workouts. So I'll grab whatever's available to me. I try to keep the ingredients simple. I've steered away from like a Gatorade, some because of red dye number 6 and all this business associated with cancer. So I've gone to Powerade. This is Powerade Zero. It's very low in calories. I think it's, what is this? If I look at it, yeah, it's 0 calories, obviously. But what I do with this is I put either Himalayan salt or Celtic salt just for the minerals. Because again, when I'm going through my workout, the last thing I want to do is run out of gas. So if you remember it, just a little teaspoon of Himalayan salt or sea salt, which I've mentioned in other videos. But today, let's talk about optimizing your bench press technique. This is Techno Gym is the type of equipment. There are other products out there that are similar to it. For me, this simulates a decline bench, but I want to show you what I do to optimize to get that teardrop effect, which guys tend to miss out on because I always get the complaint, hey man, what can I do about lower end? So what I do is I grab a 35-pound weight, put it against the back, and then put a pad in front of it so that it arches me forward. On top of that, I'll sit toward the end of the bench so that I get this natural arc. And then the most pivotal portion of this is the way I grip the handle. Instead of this maneuver, I'll actually supinate and grab an underhand. Why? If you think about it, when you go to push, you're now naturally squeezing the lower pec into position, which really brings out that feature when you go to press. And it's just a way to bring blood to that area. Again, we're looking for intensity. The weight should be moderate to high. You can work down the hill, which is what I prefer. Get a warm-up set in and then go after it. So this is set number one. I've already done my warm-up set. This is now my working set. Again, inverted grip.
For the first part, I got that story that we just talked about. It's on that guy's platform.
No way.
Now, rep range should be anywhere between 12 and 15 per set. I'm looking at about 4 to 5 working sets. And of course, again, think about intensity. Think about this with purpose. It's the lower chest I'm after, and that's what I'm thinking about when I go to press through. Think about doing 3/4 reps. Don't just press all the way out and try to engage your triceps. I want you to focus on lower chest. Get active.
Yep.
All right, so this is set 4. I've now ramped up, going to the top of the hill, as I like to call it, before we come back on down. I've got 275 on the bar, or on the bar of the machine. And again, the position, again, inverted. It's a 3/4 rep move. Again, I'm at the top end of what I would consider the top end for my weight. Again, I'm still looking to shoot 12 to 15, probably get closer to 12. There's a little bit to handle. But again, keeping in mind, you're gonna keep yourself at the end of the seat. You've got the padding behind you that is supporting your lower back. You're pushing through the lower range, activating your lower chest. That's what this is all about, and the grip is helping with that. Again, the key, think about lift with purpose. Lift with purpose. I am focusing all of my efforts into my lower chest to squeeze everything I got. And it's a 3/4 rep range. I'm avoiding using the tricep and engaging fully the lower chest. Get to that nice little teardrop that you're looking for. All right, Coach Gio coming at you. This is set 5, the last one. A little pearl of wisdom in my training techniques. What I use to try to get that pump, get that flow, blood into that area. One of the techniques I use at the lower end of the weight spectrum is using what I call 5 and 5, which is a 5 rep range followed by a 5-second hold at peak contraction. And the point is, you're squeezing blood in with the reps, and then at the end of the rep range, when you're holding it for that 5 seconds, you're squeezing the blood out of that muscle belly, only to have it return in the following 5 reps. So if you can get a cycle, let's say 3 cycles, 5 seconds, or sorry, 5 reps, followed by 5-second hold, repeat that for 3 cycles for a total of 15 reps, you will feel the pump I am talking about. So this is what it looks like. And again, I'm still using a 3/4 rep technique. When I get to 5, I'm gonna hold, squeeze with intention. I'm squeezing the crap out of my chest muscles. And again, I'm gonna follow it for 5 reps. Squeeze hard. Remember, lift with purpose. Lift with intention. That's how that's done. Remember, 5 and 5. It's a great technique. Try it. Ready? Hey guys, Coach Gio. All right, so we're continuing with chest and back day. Transition to back. One of my favorite exercises, and one I truly believe that gives you the width and 3-dimension that everyone seems to be lacking, is pullovers over a bench. The one guy that was responsible to make me want to gravitate to this is the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. I used my idol growing up, and there's a reason why he looked the way he did. This exercise truly gives you that 3-dimensional look. Yes, it's for lats, but it is, make no mistake, it is a chest expander, simply based on the way the movement is conducted. I'm going to show it to you here now, and we'll talk about techniques to optimize that whole angle. I'm going to use 100 pounds. don't recommend you start with that. But again, I've warmed up, so I'm into my working sets. Again, 5 working sets, rep range 12 to 15 is what we're looking for. Forget about this whole 10 reps and you're done. That's brain programming. Go with how you feel. Intensity is what we're looking for, okay? So this is what it looks like. Position yourself so that your shoulders are at the edge of the end. Your butt is lower than the bench itself. And you're gonna keep your butt lower, parallel to the bench, again to increase the arch and the chest expansion you experience with moving the weight. So you're gonna grab the weight overhead in a V type or triangle type look. Just gonna grab it over your head. The start position is over your forehead, not on top. This is rest. You wanna stay working. So this is work. Come all the way back as far as you can, and then stop just before you get to your hairline. And this is the range you're looking for. You notice I'm keeping my butt below the level of the bench, so I can work on the stretch and rib extension. And you see what I did there? Right at that last rep, I held it momentarily just to get that stretch in. I'm getting somewhat passive so the weight can pull me. And again, the point is to get that 3D look by expanding your chest, giving you that full barrel look.
Hey, Coach G, what are you doing right now?
Brother, I, like everyone, like to put their weights away, but this is what I call walking the dog when the weight is just a little too heavy. Roll it away. Train smart, not stupid. That is what you call walking the dog. All right, guys, so let's talk about 2 concepts I've used over the years. One is muscle confusion theory, which kind of states the whole keep your body guessing by not doing the same repetitive methodology or type of training, just to keep the stimulus different. It just promotes growth. The other one I like to use is also descending sets. I'll call it working down the hill. So I started my sets with 100 pounds, and now I'm at my 5th set. I'm at 65 pounds just to finish it off. And the theory goes, the higher your weight is, the lower the rep range. I kind of not ascribe to that. The point is, I'm going in with intention. The goal is intensity. That's number 1. So whatever rep range gets me to that intensity is what I'm shooting for. I don't limit myself to a number. I give the advice or the comment of 12 to 15, but that's just simply a range. If you're getting less than 12, okay, less than 6, now you're looking at strength training performance. So think about that. So again, above 6, you typically 12 to 15 is a great operational range for the weights that you're using. The lighter, obviously, the higher the volume you can go. And I'm going to finish this set with 65 pounds, 15 plus reps. Again, this is set 5, so I'm kind of gassed. I've got my intro workout drink to keep me going. But again, just something to think about. Muscle confusion theory and drop set training, of course, and descending sets is what's happening here right now. This is what it looks like. Oh yeah, nice big stretch. We're out of here. Are we live? All right, hey everybody, we're back. We transitioned to chest flies on machine. I've got 130 pounds on the bar. I've got this set up to position 1 for chest flies. Again, set yourself up for the position to target the angle that you want on this machine. Just because we got a seat Doesn't mean you put your back right up to it and you go. No, you're gonna optimize this. And our focus today is a lower chest. So let's position yourself, think yourself in your mind, I wanna be in a declined position. So if you bring your butt to the edge of the seat and lean back, if you think about it, laying down, you're in a declined position. So when you grab the bars and go through the move, it's actually targeting the lower chest, which is what we're focusing on today. So this is what it looks like. Because I got 130 pounds, again, I'm going to employ a descending set for this exercise. Again, muscle confusion. I'm varying it up. Pyramid, drop set, descending set are my favorites of what I like to do. So for this exercise, it's going to be descending sets. Start off at 130. Again, when you come up, I'm going to bring this so that my hands are right at the top, almost in the middle, so that you have a V close, is what I call a V close. Lean back, go for the stretch, close with a V. When you attack in this position and the pressure is on the bottom part of your hand, you are engaging the lower chest. Elbows, keep them tight to the sides. Everything comes from the wrist. And again, lift with purpose, brother. I'm gonna keep selling you this. Lift with purpose. Think about the target muscle you're hitting. Rep range, 12 to 15. That never changes. Focus on getting all that blood into that target muscle. Nice. Oh, I'm feeling this one. This is good. Again, because it's descending sets, next set, I'm gonna drop it by one plate, maybe two. Again, I'm looking to get that 15. That's our goal, get after it. Are you recording? Yeah. One last thing I forgot to mention, the seat position. I wanna keep my waist or my seat position slightly lower than what the traditional chair would be or chair position would be, so that when I come out, I'm almost, if you look, my arms are extended and high. Again, you're replicating a decline movement in a chair position. Close with a V, meaning when I go to close, my hand is actually twisting so that all the force is in the lower part of my hand, the outer edge of my hand. And again, twist the elbows in. Keep everything nice and tight. If you do this right, you will get that target you're looking for, and that is the lower chest, armpit to nipple is where you're looking to target. Trust me, you will feel this if you take the tips that I'm telling you. Yeah. 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 Nice. Felt good, brothers. So, doing a machine flies, positioning, setting yourself up for success. It looks like this. I'm hitting the target, is lower chest. To get that pump into the lower chest, I'm gonna sit low, bring the seat down low, so you grab the bar high, up in the top, in the pocket, this corner right here, not this, up in here. The force, when you go to contract, comes through the bottom of the hand. So let go and force it through with the bottom of the hand so that it ties directly into the lower chest. If you keep your elbow twisted in as you contract, you will hit that lower chest. So it looks like this. You notice my butt is at the end of the seat. If you think of me lying down or on a lying bench, I'm in a declined position to do this. And I'm forcing the contraction to the bottom of my palm. My hands are open and relaxed. All the tension is coming from the lower chest. I'm not involving my arms, forearms, bicep, none of it. It's all coming focused on the chest. Lower chest specifically. Remember, please train with a purpose. train with intention. That's what it's all about. All right, coming up on the fourth corner of this lap, last set. Again, we're going to employ a different technique. I've been working a descending sets type of approach, but now for the last, to get that last little squeeze in, again, the focus is intensity. I'm going to use my 5 and 5 principle, which is 5 reps, followed by a 5-second hold to get like 3 cycles of it. So again, this is the last set. This is what it looks like. Everything else applies. Seat position, hand position, elbows tight. Gonna hold it for 5 seconds at top contraction. And again, repeat. Rinse and repeat, baby. Yeah. Remember, focus. Train with intention. That's what it's all about. See what I did there? I let it come back and I let it stretch me. That's how you complement the top of a contraction with the bottom stretch of anything. And these are principles you can use on any and every exercise. Get after it. All right, so we're going to complement our pullovers, what we did for back, with, as the machine says, low rows. It's designed for you to sit in it. Of course, I look at it as an ergonomic situation where I want to capitalize on the move to get the target muscle I'm looking for. In this case, the focus is lower back. If I just sit and row, it will engage mid and upper back as well, simply because of the way the machine is designed. The way I usually approach this machine is I'll put like a medium to medium heavy. I'll use quick release wraps. You can have the regular wrap, which is a little bit more cumbersome to work with. Quick release, just one time around opposite your hand, and quick release, you're good to go. So for this, it looks like this. I'll grab the top end of the bar on both sides, bring myself into position, kick my hips up behind the scenes. So now the focus is truly on the lower back. I'll position myself a little higher so that I'm actually over the machine. So when I go to do the contraction, I'm pulling my elbows literally to the back wall. And that's the focus point. When you do that, you engage the lower lats, the Christmas tree as it were. And that's how you're going to engage those lower lats. Again, rep range, 12 to 15. Sets, 5. As far as methodology, you can do drop sets, you can do ascending, you can do descending, whatever tickles your fancy. But remember, keep mixing it up. The most important ingredient is intensity. Train with purpose. Set 1, done. got 15 reps. On that last rep, I decided to put in as a negative. Again, just a way to mix things up. I kind of train on the fly like that, but again, it's all about intensity and just changing things up so that your muscles don't expect what it is that your brain is thinking. That's how you make progress. Okay, so we're working on our final stretch, last set, or last couple of sets. And I've decided to employ the 5 and 5 technique. Again, 5 reps, 5-second hold, 3 cycles. I'm coupling this technique with the descending set routine for this particular exercise. Again, in an effort to confuse what it is that my muscles are thinking we're doing versus what we're actually doing. And of course, intensifying the experience. Man, you're gonna love this. I guess I can watch it. All right. It's on, right? I will. I will sit, but I want to do this. Sit, ready? Okay, we're finishing up the workout with abs. Let's talk about that for a second. Abs. If you look at abs, you got 3 distinct sections. Yeah, I'm kind of showing off. Why not? Props to me. Anyways, my philosophy has always been, if you can't engage the lower abs, you will never, ever get the other abs to come on in. In fact, the crunches, the sit-ups, all that stuff, really, I throw that stuff out the window. My focus is always lower abs, because when you engage lower abs, you automatically get everything else that comes in there, especially with this particular technique. And again, thinking about descending sets, what I like to do is start off with obviously an incline board on the bench. I'm gonna use 7.5 pounds. Sometimes I'll use 10, but I'll start, again, descending. I'll start at the top of the hill and work down, which means I begin my set with weighted leg lifts, then I drop the weight, continue with just legs, and then I bend my knees and make the force arm shorter to make it easier on my abs, because at that point, inside, I'm crying just a little bit. But again, I need you to push it. Redlining and tension. Looks like this. Drop the weight for phase 2. Continue on. And you're asking yourself, he didn't give me a rep range. Guess what, amigo? There is no rep range. Your rep range is failure. You're going to continue to do these. Thank you. You're going to continue to do these until you fail. Now I'm going to bend my knees because I'm at the point of failure. Again, knees to elbows is the key. Get your butt off the bench. Again, it's a reverse crunch. But incline just makes it hurt that much more. Total reps, 30 to 40. If you think about each segment, with the weight, without the weight, bent the knees, 10, 10, 10, that's 30 right there. So whatever you can get up above that, call it good. Get after it. You want to just free film this stuff? Like come up over here, see the screen? Okay, so I am utilizing the in-body scanner here at the gym because it's available to me. I'll do this about maybe every couple of months. One, get my weight, but the most important part of this is my body fat percentage. If you look at the screen, it gives you a breakdown of weight. I'm on 192 pounds, skeletal muscle mass, 98 pounds, big whip. The big one for me is body fat percentage. I'm at 10.9. We'll call it 11%. And of course, the extracellular water to total body water. Again, something I really don't pay attention to, but I'm trending in the right direction. If I can come out at 10%-ish, between like an 8 and a 11, I'm good. So I'm really happy with these results. It keeps me motivated. It's just another tool I use to just push forward. And of course, I like seeing it because again, when I do the mirror checks and see stuff like this, I'm okay. Get after it now. All right, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Recovery, maybe? You got it all? Yeah. Okay, so post-training. We're a little recovery. Case and I are just kind of chilling out in the whirlpool. Just did a session in the dry sauna. Highly recommend either dry or wet sauna. 20 minutes if you can tolerate it. If you've never done it before, again, think of it in 10-minute phases and work up your tolerance. A good 20 minutes will do the world for you. I like to complement it with, I'll call this my bubble bath. Chase, what do you want to call it? Hot tub.
Yeah.
Hot tub time machine, baby. Anyways, the reason I'm standing is because I want to talk to you. Otherwise, I'd be sitting with my good buddy here and just chilling out, having a jet on me. It feels good just to unwind and gives you a chance to center. How you want to spend that time? I mean, I got my good buddy's training partner, so we always reflect on the session we just covered. Today was chest and back. I usually like to ask him, hey, is there something we could have done different? Which is what I ask myself every time I do a training session. Because remember, for me, the goal is always, number one priority, I do not like to waste my time when I'm here. So for me, number one, intensity, hands down. Definition of intensity, you need to ask yourself, how do you get there? Is it by using a high weight, focusing on strength? Or my position is achieving intensity through volume training. Again, so we're talking rep ranges, higher rep ranges, medium to heavy weight, or even using techniques like descending sets, drop sets, 5 and 5s, the holds, so doing 5 reps, 5-second holds, negatives. These are all my favorites that I keep in my tool bag whenever I train. And I like to employ those techniques every time, whatever day it is, whatever training day it is. Again, to kind of keep my body guessing as far as what's coming at me. People fall into this flat range of progression when it's too scripted. When you go in, I'm gonna do my 4 sets, 10 reps, and move on. No, you gotta think outside of the box. And that's the way I've done it. Again, at my age, and again, this doesn't come from a place of vanity, but it's really hard to find folks in my age
Preaching
range.
over here.
Being interrupted. Bro, good to see you. Getting back at it. Again, this doesn't come from a place. This doesn't come a place from vanity. But when I look at people, guys, men in my age range, I'm 58. I hate to say that I'm an anomaly, but as I look around me, it's just so disappointing when I see men and women just give up. Complacency. Like something about turning 40, 45, you just kind of give up. I don't know why that is in our culture, but if I can be the beacon of what people want to aspire to or build a community that grows, with this mindset, you don't have to let it go. I mean, obviously, I'm not in my competition phase back in my 20s. I mean, then I was easily 50, 80 pounds off season, much heavier than I am right now. I'm looking about longevity, health. I'll get my blood work done once a quarter. Why? Because I want to know. I don't want to find out I could have done something to prevent cancer, to prevent, a cardiac disease. There's just too many things in our environment that exposes us to just bad outcomes. And sedentary lifestyles are the biggest culprit, honestly, they are. So, again, that's me on my soapbox. I hope you took something from it. Again, share, like, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me. Love growing this community together. I know we can make an impact. Keep after it. Thanks again.
Right at the end of the.
Hey everybody, this is Coach Gio coming at you from the locker room at Lifetime Fitness. Post workout peak check, because I always practice. And the reason is simply to make sure that your muscle bellies come out full. You're looking for separation, definition. And the only way you're going to get that is if you practice posing. It's as simple as that. I don't care how old you are, but that's the way you get it. Keep at it. Hey everybody, this is Coach Gio. If I sound a little bit vibration, it's because I'm actually post-training and I'm using the power plate to release my lower back. How I'm doing that, I'm simply leaning against the base of this thing so that vibration is actually coming through the lower back and glutes, and I can roll from side to side to get relief. Not gonna lie to you, some days I just feel old, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, keep at it, train hard.